Alright guys, you are not going to believe the pack pull I just secured here. I'm going to pull up the clip. It's not going to be in this first pack. I'm just getting enough fodder to do bail, and this pack pull is literally off the charts. I was expecting getting nothing out of this pack opening. I was just getting fodder for the new right back, Beckham, and we hit Olise, an elite striker who also can play in the midfield, so I think this guy's going to have a lot of longevity in my team. So you can see there the Olise pack pull, absolutely crazy to see that pop out of my packs today. You can see 5-star, 4-star. We're going to try him at striker here for this little player review. Insane attacking stats across the board. His defending and physical isn't great, but if you look here, he can play center mid and cam. So potentially, if we want to move Pele up to striker and him back to cam, something we can do. But really just want to get into it here. We're going to play for you a quali game because I haven't qualified for champs yet. Shouldn't be anything too crazy. Most of the time nowadays, win the first game, forfeit the rest, and get into weekend league. So here we go. The Shapeshifters Olise. I haven't tried his team of the season. I haven't even played with this player of the months. I really haven't used this card at all. I know some people have fallen in love with it. We're going to see how he can perform here in my 4-3-3-4. And it looks like this guy is going to show his team. So, never mind. But here we go nonetheless. We're going to force feed him the ball a lot. So it's probably going to look like some weird gameplay going on for you because I want to feel him out on the ball, want to be able to experience, everything the card has to offer. And we might even drop him back into the midfield at some point. But you can see I have a few Evos in my team, so that's not going to make this game any easier on me. And you can see we almost concede a kickoff goal to start behind. Pedro I've been thoroughly enjoying, but with that new Beckham card, potentially going to switch up the defense quite a bit here. And you can see I'm just forcing it for no reason, but gotta see what Olise has to offer. I think this card is going to go crazy in a 2-striker setup, and that's potentially what I'm thinking about running this weekend league. Because someone recommended me using El Shar in the 2-striker setup, and you can see here right off the rip we're going to start behind from another Bayern player. Harry Kane. Team of the week Kane is kind of disappointing to concede to, but, live and you learn. I also know this backline is going to get potentially exposed, but I want to get my Evos in. And Olise's first touch on the ball here. Oh my goodness, he's going to be a crazy speed booster. That is going to be something that is going to absolutely cook up top. Is his ability to just break away. And we have Gareth Bale, who sweats it across to Pele. Olise did back up there. Obviously, I think he would have been able to tap in that tap in. But you can see a little great play from the team there to deliver. And I think that Harry Kane is, even though it is just a low-rated team of the week, I think he's going to be dangerous if he gets in front of goal. So that's going to have to be my biggest little point, is keeping the ball out of his hands. I think is going to be crucial to us winning this game. And I did think he was offsides, but he's going to be able to get in behind defenders with ease with this pace combo he has going. Also, I think he's going to be one of the better attackers that's going to be able to press a little bit. Just based on that speed, just getting in some passing lanes, disrupting things, I think is going to go very, very well. Feels like my defense doesn't really want to play defense so far. But either way, we're holding it firm at 1-1 here. And just that lightning quick pace. Potentially could have finessed it or tried a little driven it there. I don't know the best technique for using the Olise card because, like I said, I haven't used any. so far. The main thing I can say is he feels like he's got good ball control. I haven't really tried to skill with him or anything, but it feels like he keeps the ball in a good spot when he's attacking, and it feels like he could just blow by defenders. So I think with the implementation of these new shapeshifters, we're going to get some crazy cards coming up into people's teams, which is going to make at least the gameplay a little bit more fun when we're using all of these crazy cards. You can see Slaughterbeck joining the attack. He's going to find Conte here for the link up. Is he going to get the assist? Conte probably could have shot that near post. And just notched it right in the corner. That's a terrible challenge by me, so I was about to say he's about to get his chance, but we kind of snuff it out. I feel like typically I'm playing better defense when I have my actual players in there. He seems to have good awareness as well. You know, he's disrupting things from the striker position, and it's not me just taking him back and playing defense with him. You know, we haven't dove into that tactic yet or anything like that. But he feels like he is going to benefit from a two-striker setup just based on my experience this game so far, being able to get him the ball, and I'm even trying to force him the ball a bit, but I obviously am trying to avoid just giving the ball away completely. A bit of brilliant play here. And we can see he is, I think he is going to be one of those great passers as well, because, you know, we're not doing anything fancy with him so far. Is it a finesse-y? Okay. Not a bad look from the top of the box. We just kind of wanted to get a shot off, you know. Make sure we're keeping the pressure on this guy. Terrible header by me. Haven't been scoring a lot of corners lately. I don't know if I need to learn one of the meta tactics to just score more corners, because I feel like I get a corner and then it either just leads to a terrible header or shot, or it just goes back out for another corner. I don't feel like my conversion. That's a terrible pass from Conte. Making up for it though, it feels like. Another bad tackle. I didn't even mean to clear that. But definitely going to need to recompose myself here for the second half, because I feel like I should be winning this game better instead of being 0-0. Olise. Finesse feels nice, you know. I don't think I put myself in the best position to score that. So I think overall this card is going to be a frequent player in my team. Would like to get him a goal before I move him into the midfield to just try that out. But maybe if we move him into the cam position and we give up a terrible goal there right before half. This guy is hitting the full sellies on us. Definitely not what you love to see. Just slots it in right past everyone. So we're going to have potentially one more little chance here. And Olise, this is that blow by I was talking about, and he finishes it off. So there's the goal. Potentially going to slot him back a little bit. But also he's got a goal now, so he brought us back level. So for me, we'll start him there. If things are not going great, we'll move into the midfield, see how he feels there, because he is lacking a little bit defensively, but also he's got some physicality and he's got some speed. So he might be able to make up for the not great defensive stats. So I think for now we're just going to leave it with the team as we're playing it. Besides, I think I'm going to take Rolfo out at some point. She'll probably be the one to come out of the team. And we'll slide him down there, or we'll slide him to Cam. And potentially maybe Diego comes on. Because last, handful of games I've been using Diego up top, and he's felt insane. And I know there's also another new Diego winger card that looks like it's going to be crazy as well. But can't say I'm disappointed in his first half performance, and I think he's he's got something special going for him where he might be able to be a influential player in this second half of the game. And here we go again. He moves the keeper, and we just slot it right in there. That pace is going to be a problem for someone that's using potentially center backs that are a little bit behind the power curve, which this guy's might be because those blow-bys just feel crazy. But again, we almost concede another kickoff goal. This guy's doing a great job getting in good positions with his wingers and then sweating it across to Harry Kane, who obviously has insane shooting because it's Harry Kane. Oh, that's a terrible pass. That was way too slow. But I was honestly trying to wait for Olise to get with it. I can't believe that just worked for him. All right, I think we need to change something up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to totally flip everything on its head. And we're going to bring on Maradona. We're going to change up our formation here as well. And I think we're going to roll with it like that for now. And I don't think it saved any of those changes. We'll see here. If it didn't, we're just going to roll with it. Yeah, so we can see roll full still on. So it didn't save any of the changes because I was so slow in doing that. So we'll keep trucking on as is. We'll work the ball up very, very nicely. It's a bad pass by me. And he takes the lead. So, Olise's got to help dig us out of this rut here. Loan Yamal is a bit crazy, but hey, everyone's entitled to use their loans. That's the whole point of having them in the game. I do have to do a better job of isolating him where he's got at least a second to think and he's not just rapid firing the shots at the goal. So that might be something I need to look into figuring out a bit. Rippery. Gotta get those to fall though to keep things moving for the team. I feel like this final little just getting it between my midfield and to my strike force or my attackers is proving to be a little bit of a challenge. So let's move them around like that. I think we'll just start there. You know, we've still got time. If we can equalize, we can take it to OT. giving him the ball, though. Something we're going to have to pick up for sure. And Diego ties it up. Saw the potential to pass to Olise there. Felt like we wanted to just keep moving the ball how we were having success. I'm hoping Olise can. He loses the ball there. I'm hoping he can create a little bit here in this pivotal role. That's a great ball. Diego. Oh, come on. He took me out. Obviously don't think I deserved a pin there, but always got to let him know what you think of him. Another great ball from him. So it might make more sense to use him in that creative role. You can see here he's had some good through balls that have just led into my attack flourishing. So you can see we turned this game on its head here in the last little bit of time. Oh, I don't think Diego's going to be able to get there. You can see he's winning tackles. So there is that potential to use him as like a box-to-box CM. He's going to get in the box now as well here. Oh, if that would have got through, he would have had a chance, I think, to put the game away. Pele, oh, Bale was there. I think Pedri easily laps that up. Yes, sir. Find him. A little bit of hold up. Just because of the runs that are being made. Is he on? Ooh, that's a close one, I feel like. Maybe it wasn't. In my head, at least, I felt like it was close. So, out to his lone Yamal. Pedri with the lockdown defense. Great ball again from Olise. I feel like he's been pivotal in this little passing game. No, that was me wanting to sweat it to Olise for a little tap in. And Olise is going to make the game-winning tackle. Can he get a little bit more for it? He potentially can here. Let's hit him with the skill. Oh my goodness. I think if you have the coins and you've enjoyed his cards in the past, I think you've got to get it. I think that right there just shows you. Little spin and around the keeper, boom. Easy peasy, definitely going to record that. Olise, was definitely the difference maker in this game. Cam Olise, potentially being even more influential. Let's take a look at his performance. He did win man of the match, kind of as expected, in my opinion. Here he did have the hat trick of goals. He didn't necessarily have any assists, but he made some influential through balls that then led to goals. If we're looking at him, he has 100% shot accuracy, 6 shots. His pass accuracy was good. His dribble success rate was not amazing, but sometimes I was getting him the ball where he literally had a defender on top of him. So potentially could have had a better rate there. Still not terrible. Tackles again as well. When we moved him down to that cam position, he's making some tackles and things like that. So I think overall, going to be a very, very solid card of my team. Potentially going to experiment with playing him cam to start the game to see how that works, but I think this is a must pick up if you have. I think he's about $1.5 million currently on the market. You should see his price come down a little bit as well. But it's qualified for champs, everything like that on his back. So hopefully this guys helps you make your decision if you should get him or not, or if you're lucky enough to pack him. It's going to be a great addition to your team. Thanks for watching. Peace.